All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome if you are new. It is Halloween 2025. I can hear this music playing. So I don't know if I should keep this Resident Evil 2 music or if I should do instead, maybe I could switch to the safe room music. Because I feel like this is so ominous. You know, the horror. We're talking about Intergalactic today. The horror. But yeah, welcome back to the channel, guys. Thank you for joining me today. I have to give a thank you and shout out to Metal Gear Ray. He was in here earlier before we actually went live, and he dropped 5 membership gifts for you guys. So Ray, thank you so much for that, buddy.
Appreciate it.
And on top of that, we also have Corey the Legend Landiga coming in, dropping another 5 membership gifts for you guys. So 10 right off the bat. And then Hellbound 1981. And boom, just like that. Within seconds of starting the stream, we are already at 15 members. Boss is going to be happy. I know he's somewhere. So guys, we hit 25 members. We will feed Boss some treats. And if we hit 50 members today, all right, if we hit 50... after this stream, I'll do a bonus gameplay stream where we play some Metal Gear multiplayer. All right? It's a little bit more for you. Kind of addicted to it, I'm not going to lie. So, Corey, this is for you.
I'm no hero. Never was. Never will be.
Michael Werneth uses his milestone chat, member for 24 months. He says, sent 5 MBG gifted memberships. Thank you, Michael. And guys, make sure you're hitting that like button to help the stream. We know that's what Michael really wants. He wants you guys to hit the like button. Thank you for being a longtime member, Michael. Appreciate the support, man. And he did. He did actually send the 5 memberships. He was letting us know. So, guys, with Michael dropping 5... we are at 20 members already. Thank you. Thank you so much. 5 more. That's 10. Michael says that's 10. I don't know about that, Michael. Something tells me YouTube's not going to register the first 5. Something tells me. But just like that, we're already at 20 memberships, guys. Listen, if you receive a gifted membership today, or, you know, later on, we did like a 3-hour gameplay stream of Metal Gear Delta Fox Hunt. It's pretty fun. So you can go check that out if you want more gameplay. And again, we might be doing another one today if we hit 50. But 5 more memberships and we can feed Boss and Luna some treats. Oh yeah, I have Snake there as the member icon. Snake and Boss. Well, Boss and Boss? Big Boss and Boss. Did I see the Resident Evil 9 Steelbook? I did. It looks pretty cool. Yeah. We're probably going to be talking a little bit about it. Mini Tom, you want the safe room music? Yeah, let me bring that on. This is too ominous. Trying to adjust the level here. I think that's good. Hopefully you guys can hear that. It's a little bit lower. But yeah, we got the original Resident Evil 2 safe room music. Love it. Some of the best. And Whiskey Gaming comes in. Whiskey Gaming, longtime channel member and mod, comes in and says, you know what? I want to be the one to get us to 25. He drops another 5 gifted members for you guys. Whiskey, thank you so much for that, buddy. I'll give you a Crazy Arnold. All right, boss, you're in luck. So we're already halfway to the goal today. Thank you for that, guys. I didn't even tell you what we're going to talk about either. I've not played Silent Hill F yet. No, I'm late to it. I'm going to get around to it. I know Mrs. MBG wants to play it. This Metal Gear multiplayer is a little bit of a problem. I'm getting addicted to it. I knew this was going to happen. Boss, Luna, you guys are in luck today, though. We hit 25. Thank you guys so much for that. Feed. Feed, boy. Whoa, easy there, Luna. When Boss is done, I'll give you some, all right? Hang tight, Luna. Yeah, but guys, we're at 22 likes. Continue to hit that like button. Let's see if we can get to 50. In a good mood since I hit new PRs today. Well, good job, Whiskey. Love to hear it, bro. MBG, you fixed the membership icon on phones. What did you do to fix it? Oh, are you telling me that people can gift through iPhone now? Guys, can we confirm this before we proceed? Because we were talking about that in the past, and it was like a big problem on the channel. No, Corey, unfortunately, still no Chrono Trigger music. Every time I tried playing it, I've gotten a copyright. I don't know why. So, sorry, man. We're just gonna have to stick with Resident Evil today. I think this is safe. JMR, you're saying it's true? Oh, that's awesome. That's a big deal for the channel because I had heard that it was updated a while ago. I had heard that you are able to... Oh, wait, perfect. You're saying only to renew your membership. Okay. Well, anybody who's using a iPhone, if you could just check the $ icon and tell me if it gives you the option to actually gift memberships. Because up till potentially now, you haven't been able to do that. And I did hear that that was updated, but it takes time. You still can't gift Ms. Biz? Okay. Damn. Well, I guess it's slowly rolling out. I guess you can now renew your membership, but not gift yet. So I guess that'll be next. Blast Squeenix. Well, yeah, if you want to renew your membership, consider doing that as well. All right, thanks. Square is very protective. Yeah. Yeah, there's really... Square Enix might be the only one that actually gave a copyright for using their music. I don't think I've received a copyright for using any other video game music in the past. I think that was the only one. Turn the lights off. Hold on. Why is it so blue? Okay, I think that was it. I don't know. It was like really blue for a minute there. Okay, now it's dark. Is this better? I don't know. Let me come back to the chat here. Jake, you had a good time playing Metal Gear with me yesterday? Yeah, we got into quite a few matches together without even trying. My plan originally, and I'm going to talk to you guys about Metal Gear today. My plan originally was to bring in members, you know, to do a private lobby for Fox Hunt. But I think I did it too last minute. Either that or we don't have enough people. I mean, I would find it hard to believe that we don't have 12 people who are members who will play this. But at some point, I would like to try to still do that. You know what I mean? I would like to do like a members gameplay stream where it's a private match with, you know, 11 other members and we're playing together. Henry, you're saying you can do the weekends. Maybe we could try something on Sunday, potentially. Because I really do like this multiplayer mode. I'm not going to lie. I think I'm level like 21 or 22. What's Fox Hunt? So Fox Hunt is the multiplayer game mode that Konami just released for Metal Gear Solid Delta. It's 12 players. There's 2 modes, and it's pretty well designed. It has a couple issues, though. They need to definitely tweak a couple things. But I wasn't sure how I felt about it at first, but then I kept noticing that I want to keep playing. That's the big thing. I wanted to keep playing. I still want to play. My hope now is that they continue to update it and support it because, yeah, it's the factions too that I never got. Well, that's the big thing, right? The only thing making me feel uneasy about this multiplayer game right now is the lack of content. It's only got 2 modes, which are really fun, but it gets extremely repetitive. There's only 3 maps, and there's quite a bit of stuff to unlock, so there's a decent amount of progression. But my fear, this is why I get nervous when I start to really enjoy stuff like this. My fear is that they're not going to do anything else with it. It's just going to sit here and kind of stagnate and slowly die and wither, which would be so unfortunate because I really do think that they actually have a really compelling thing with Fox Hunt. It does a great job combining all the elements that make Metal Gear Solid unique. It utilizes stealth. It has action. You can set traps. You can use different tactics. There is some BS, I'm not going to lie. If you were watching the stream yesterday, I was starting to rage a little bit because there is some nonsense, of course, that they will have to, again, it's not perfect. I think they're going to have to patch it and work on it. But, yeah. Am I going to do gameplay for Yote? Irfan, I'm assuming that's what you're asking. I'm not sure, to be honest, Irfan. Like, I might just wait for the Legends mode at this point, because this is the problem with streaming single-player games, especially the big Sony ones that are so story-heavy. I never know when people... Oh, you meant Platinum. I'm still working on it, yeah. It's going to be a slow one, I'm not going to lie. It's going to be one that I chip away at over the weeks. Right now, so here's what I'm playing right now. I'll give you like an update. I'm playing Ghost of Yote. I'm playing Plants vs. Zombies Remastered. I'm playing Battlefield 6. And I'm playing Metal Gear Fox Hunt. And it's really... every time I turn my PlayStation on, man, like, I'm torn on what I want to play. I want to platinum Plants vs. Zombies, but I want to obviously continue to work on the platinum for Yote. I don't know if the spoiler cast is called off, Irfan. I still want to do that. I want to do like a deeper review discussion for Ghost of Yote, but I'm just not sure when exactly it will be. I mean, it should probably be soon because I did beat the game. I'm trying to do more side content, and wrap up all the arcs for the different side characters. What do I think of Yote in general? What would I rate it out of 10? Probably an 8.5, 9 out of 10. It's very good. Like, it's very, very good. I mean, I'm maybe even down to an 8. And the only reason I say that is because the story of Yote, it was a good, compelling story. It was well told, well written. It just wasn't as compelling for me, No Arc Raiders. No, I tried Arc Raiders. I couldn't get into it. I don't know why. Something was not clicking with me. I was not feeling it. So I just, I'm going to pass on that. But it seems like it's going to be a huge success. Big success. It seems like Arc Raiders is going to find the success in the extraction shooter genre that Sony believed or hoped that, what's it called? Marathon was going to get. If I played Red Sec yet, got your first dub last night. Congrats, Whiskey. No, I want to play that as well. See, this is what I'm just overwhelmed. There's a lot of multiplayer gaming going on right now. Well, it's like 50-50. Battlefield is overwhelming in the sense that I still feel like I haven't even played the campaign yet. I still feel like I'm trying to unlock stuff in the regular multiplayer, and then they drop the Battle Royale, and I'm like, I'm not super interested in playing the Battle Royale, but I would like to at least try it. But now this Metal Gear mode, I'm like, bro, it's too much. You hate in Ghost of Yote when, after you complete the story and side quests, there are no enemies in the world. Really? That's kind of... yeah, that's strange. Huh. Petrov, you're saying Yote is a 9.5 out of 10 for you? MBG, no spoilers, but I think Yote must have had a more impactful ending. Other parts of the game, though, they're on par with Tsushima for me. I agree. 100%. In fact, I think you worded it better than I could. I think that there were many moments in the story where I was like, man, this is hitting hard, you know? But the ending in particular, it wasn't bad. It's just, it left me with a feeling of like, well, I had predicted this was going to be the ending about 10 hours ago, and it was. You know what I mean? Like, I was kind of holding out hope that the way I was telegraphing the ending, where I'm like, okay, I'm fairly certain that I know exactly how this is going to end, and so I feel like I already know the ending. I was really hoping that it wouldn't, that there would be some kind of twist, that there would be something that occurred that was like, oh, but it didn't happen, and it was kind of weird because I was like, oh, okay, that's it. And I feel like, yeah, when you look at Tsushima's ending, and again, we'll have to. God, it's so hard to talk about this without spoiling. But Tsushima's ending, you're given a choice to make. You know, I think that choice you make really makes a big difference in how you feel about that ending, like to a major degree. The ending itself was awesome, and there was much more weight to Tsushima's ending, in my opinion. And it's not that there wasn't any weight in Yote's ending. There was, but it was not nearly as heavy. It didn't weigh as heavy on me. Hold on one sec. MRPD, I'm going to be talking about that in just a minute. That's actually the topic I want to start with. We have Capcom lawyer. Hold on. Why? Sorry, guys. I'm currently trying to get Luna out of here. Sorry. Capcom lawyer with a super chat says, Escape from Duckcalv has been doing better numbers on Steam than Ark. It is so addictive. Only 5 devs that made it. Great seeing indies doing great. I think I know the game you're talking about. MRPD, no, we're not doing any spoilers for Yote here. I'm going to stop the Yote talk now because, yeah, I don't want to spoil anything. I think I know what game you're talking about. I haven't seen gameplay of it. Capcom lawyer saying, oh, and stop playing the RE music. Why? You guys don't like the RE music? It does create a completely different tone. But yeah, I could lower it more. How's that? Is that okay? I don't even know if it's coming through at this point. Is he being sarcastic? I don't know. Some people don't like the music. I'll just leave it really, really low in the background. I'll do it. Oh, shit. Okay. Shit. My bad. I'm sorry, Capcom lawyer. I ruined your joke. And stop playing our Resident Evil music. I totally ruined that. Holy shit. Reading comprehension. Damn it. Bro was trying to set up the joke, and I just absolutely decimated it. As Capcom's lawyer, I must insist. Hopefully you guys can hear it now. Yeah, I lowered it too much. Good one, yeah. I was thinking about playing Metal Gear music again, but I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna... Yeah, I don't know. Did I play Rise of the Ronin? I did. Gaming Survivor, yeah. That was really fun. I enjoyed Rise of the Ronin. The combat was better than I expected. But Escape from Duckcalv, I've seen that game a couple times, and it's pretty much like Escape from Tarkov, but with ducks, right? And yeah, it like, I guess it's blowing up. It's doing really good. These indie devs, man, you never know what the next big hit indie game is going to be. It could be anything. It could be anyone. You want me to scare you, Petrov? Oh, I'll scare you. All right, guys. So we're talking about The Last of Us Part 2 again. All right? No. Boo. We are going to talk about Intergalactic, though. We have a little bit of news for that. It might be coming sooner than we think. Another topic we're going to discuss today that I'm actually really interested to talk about with you guys, and I feel like this is going totally under the radar. I've only seen, I think, Push Square report on it, but a developer from Sony Bend revealed more information on why their new IP was canceled and you know, the engine that they were using. And Capcom lawyer, you're saying it's like Tarkov, but single player, 300,000 players plus. Single player? Because Luna's not leaving. I don't know what she's like scratching the door, but then every time I go to open it, she runs away. It's very annoying. Oh, hold on, I think she's leaving now. You like the RE2 soundtrack? It's classic. Happy Halloween, Captain Hook. But yeah, I want to talk to you guys about this information regarding this Bend Studio developer. I just think I'm a little concerned. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit concerned about Bend Studio, and I'll tell you why when we go over that topic. But I also want to talk about Metal Gear, and that's where I'm going to start. I just want to relay the news to you guys that a major update for Metal Gear Solid Delta is out now. And that update, finally, I can't speak to the Xbox Series consoles, and I don't even think it did anything for the base PS5. Somebody can inform me if it did or if it didn't. But I know that the update they put out is 27 gigabytes. Not only does it add the multiplayer mode, but it gives you finally the option to choose between a performance and a fidelity mode. And it feels crazy that we had to wait this long to get this option, but I know a lot of people were waiting to, you know, hear about this update before they felt comfortable buying this game. And the game's also on sale, by the way. So I think Konami's trying to take advantage of that. But I tried both modes out, at least on Fox Hunt, and I can tell you right now, the fidelity mode tries to hit 60 frames per second. It looks good. It looks 4K. But it tries to hit 60 frames per second. At least when I was playing the Fox Hunt multiplayer, there are some serious performance issues that I like, very noticeable that I was running into, where like the frame rate seemingly would drop to 30 or lower in some cases. A lot of the times it's running smooth, but then it just has these hitches that are really bad. And because it's a multiplayer game, it's much more noticeable. It's much more, you know, chaotic and somewhat fast paced. So I tend to see it a lot more. I think those are some of the same issues that you would have just playing the normal game. But, you know, they did fix it finally, at least to a degree. And Corey the Legend Landiga comes in. He drops another 5 member gifts for you guys. Corey, thank you so much, man. Corey's doing some lifting today. He's doing some lifting for you guys.
But that was some fancy shooting.
Let me,
You're pretty good.
So we're at 30, guys. We got 20 more. Corey set you up. We get 20 more members. When we're finished the stream today, we'll do some Metal Gear Fox Hunt gameplay. All right. And Capcom lawyer, you're saying 842 players on Steam right now playing MGS Delta. Yeah, Oh, you were trying to get Tarnished a member gift? Yeah, Tarnished, their gift ran out. I don't think it worked, though. Damn, we got to keep trying. We'll get there. Don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. Maybe that'll be our goal today. Yeah, so 842 players on Steam right now. I can't say I'm surprised. I can't say I'm surprised, man. Like, I don't know what Konami's going to do to keep this game alive. And we have Mesh coming in. Mesh, this is the first time I'm seeing you drop member gifts. Thank you so much for that. Another 5 gifted from our good friend Mesh. Brings us to 35. So you guys are keeping it going. By all means, continue the member train. Continue the member train. Let's get to 50. We'll lock in that Metal Gear gameplay. We are going to be... Well, not like me in the chat. I'm not doing it in an IRL stream, but later on, I'm going to be going trick-or-treating with the family. So, got to get that candy. Fox Hunt is prioritizing the Japan market, hence the fact all videos about Fox Hunt were in Japanese. Yeah, Konami tends to do this all the time. They tend to do this all the time. They did it with Metal Gear Online 1. They did it with Metal Gear Online 2. Yeah, so I don't know exactly why Konami is prioritizing that. Like, I don't know why they're prioritizing the Japanese market per se, but I know that the Metal Gear Online community is very passionate, and I think there will always be a community, at least on PS5. The majority of people who are interested in this Fox Hunt mode are playing it on PlayStation. And the reason for that is because that's how it's always been with Metal Gear multiplayer. When Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence released, that had the first iteration of Metal Gear Online. It was on PS2, and that's where I don't want to say it thrived, but that's where it lived. And eventually those servers were shut down. And then Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots launched with Metal Gear Online 2. That exclusively lived on the PS3 until it was shut down, you know. And yes, we have started the topics. We're talking about Metal Gear Delta on the PS5 Pro and Fox Hunt. And even Metal Gear Online 3, which I think is still active, like you could still play that. That shipped with Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. You could really only find lobbies and matches on the PS5. So I think anybody who's interested in Fox Hunt, you're not going to have any luck on PC. I don't think you're going to have any luck on Xbox. The Metal Gear multiplayer community seems to live on PlayStation. And again, I think that's because Metal Gear has always been synonymous with PlayStation, and the previous iterations, that's where they were. So I want to believe that there's a somewhat healthy player base for this game on the PS5. I say this because apparently Metal Gear Solid Delta sold like 1.8 million units, so it's closing in on 2 million. So if you have about 1.8 million players, you know, assuming at least half of them are, or more potentially, are on PS5, I mean, a few thousand people playing right now, right? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm one of them, though. I'm enjoying it. Captain Hook, a member for 19 months. Thank you for that, buddy. He says, MBG, give Arc Raiders a second chance. It's all about who you play with on your team. Their emergent gameplay is pure cinema. A member stream would be fun. I mean, I've been hearing good things, Captain Hook. I don't want to give people a false sense of hope here and make it seem like I'm going to get right on that, Captain Hook. I'm going to give it a second chance. I played it somewhat extensively with my friend, and I don't know what it was, man. There's just, I don't know if I just wasn't enjoying something wasn't clicking. I don't know what it was. But I felt weird because everybody was saying how much they loved it and how great it was. And I'm like, I don't think it's bad, but it happens sometimes. You know, I encounter these games where they're just universally loved, seemingly, and it doesn't click with me. I don't know why. But, you know, I'll never say never. There could be a point in time in the future, potentially. Yeah, there's some aspects of it that remind me of Factions, and the weight to your character was reminiscent of The Last of Us a little bit, so I did appreciate that. And the game looked good, too. Sound design was good. I think they're former DICE developers, right? MRPD, you're saying Konami needs to do better with the trophy system for their games. They want you to beat the game like 43 times before you get the platinum. Yeah. I still don't even know the main objective of Fox Hunt. Like, what are you supposed to do? So, in true Metal Gear online / multiplayer fashion, the objective of Fox Hunt, it's not like once you figure it out, it's actually super simple, but they have so many different things that they're throwing at you at once that it's like, I don't know what's going on. Think of it like this. You enter a match and you have a partner. They call him your buddy. You have a buddy. It's another player. There's duos. And there's like 3 phases. And the objective, the main objective of the game is to get to the final phase. So it has like a kind of battle royale-esque system in that sense. Nothing closes in on you, but you have a timer. And each timer, I think, is like 3 minutes. So in one Fox Hunt game mode, you have to secure a Keraton frog, which are the bright green frogs. And again, there's 12 players in total, and they put, I think, 10 frogs on the map. So you have to find one, secure one, and hold on to it until the timer runs out. As long as you have one in your inventory, you will move on to the next phase. If you don't have one, you get Fulton extracted out of the match. In other words, you're eliminated, and that's it. The round's over. So you leave, and then you start another one. It'll match make you. As the phases go from phase 3 to phase 2 to phase 1, the final phase, less and less Keraton frogs are on the map. And every time a phase ends, the Keraton frogs that you were holding in your inventory disappear. So you have to go reacquire them. And so you can kind of see how more and more people get eliminated as the phases count down. And then if you make it to the very end, it's basically a showdown between 2 teams fighting for like 1 Keraton frog. And whoever has that Keraton frog in their inventory by the time the final countdown is done, they win the match. So with all that being said, there's the camo system where like there's different tactics you can deploy with this camo system. What I've been doing when I play is I basically go out there and, they have like cardboard boxes that you basically loot. There's a lot of battle royale aspects to this. You loot them, you get equipment, you can get weapons, items, armor, stuff like that, grenades, throwables, all that. As soon as a round starts, I start looting these boxes, get as equipped as I can, and then immediately start going and trying to secure these frogs. But one of the things you have to try to do is you have to use some level of stealth, because if you don't, people are just going to start coming after you, or just, shooting the shit out of you. And Meow comes in and drops a single member gift for you guys. So Meow is keeping the member train going, bringing us up to 36. So thank you for that, Meow.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Try to keep that going. We need 14 more members to hit the final goal. And Sean Mitchell with a super chat. Thank you, Sean. Says, my town's Comic-Con next year is getting the 4 main Starship Troopers cast members and also Franklin, Trevor, and Michael from GTA 5 at my birthday weekend, too, of all weekends. Hype. Sean, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, you'll have to get back to me when you experience that next year. Tell me how it is. Starship Troopers. Damn, dude. I remember that movie. Doesn't Sony own that, too? I know Helldivers is super inspired by Starship Troopers, but I'm pretty sure Sony owns that IP as well, which is really weird. They own that and Helldivers. Casper Van Dien Helldivers photo incoming. Yeah, I remember seeing that movie quite a bit when I was younger. It was pretty good. Well, Sean, thank you for that, man. And sounds like you're going to have a good birthday next year. Oh, wait, yeah, Stephen Ogg. Is that how you say his name? He plays Trevor. And we also have Overexposure here, a member for 14 months. Thank you for that. You're saying Intergalactic, mark my words, will be the biggest new IP for Sony this generation. It's going to set the technical benchmark in the industry once again. Overexposure, you sound very hyped for Intergalactic. I am 50-50 with this. I agree with the second half of what you said. I do think that Intergalactic could end up setting a technical benchmark depending on what type of game this is going to be. Like, is it going to be open world, open zone, linear? But we know that Naughty Dog, you know, they push it as far as they can go. I mean, even when you look back at The Last of Us Part 2 and you know, it's a PS4 game, and some of the things they were doing, it's like still kind of unrivaled in some sense. You know, some would say the level of details too high. It's too high. The first half of what you said, though, I'm not sure that I agree with that. It could be true. You know, will it be the biggest new IP? I mean, I guess it depends on what you mean by that. I think literally it will be. You know, we haven't gotten a ton of new IP from Sony this gen. Intergalactic is a very, very, very expensive game. So in that sense, it is big. It is a big deal for Sony. In terms of like, will it match the same level of excitement and interest that, you know, Uncharted and The Last of Us have? I'm not convinced yet. I need to see gameplay. I think a lot of other people need to see gameplay. I think a lot of people, are judging the game too quickly in both positive and negative ways. You're saying Returnal and Astro? No, I think that may be it. Yeah, Sony really has chilled out on the new IP this gen. Some people are viewing Wolverine as a new IP, but I don't know that I would count that. But yeah, Intergalactic is going to be something that Sony and Naughty Dog are going to try very hard to make a big franchise. And this is why I'm so curious to see how it's received when we actually see the gameplay. Because it's getting a lot, like, there's a lot of people just kind of hating on it. And I think some of the reasons that people are hating on it, it's like, well, I mean, come on. You know, let's give them a chance to show the damn game. Early Bud, happy Halloween. Well, that's the thing. Overexposure. When it comes to GTA 6, I think that game is going to be the game that sets the benchmark. I mean, we'll see what... It's tough because you can't really compare GTA 6 to something like Intergalactic. They're so vastly different, but yeah, Naughty Dog does have a team at their studio that literally just focuses on improving their engine and literally maxing out what they can do on the PlayStation hardware. So we will see, man. We will see. But yeah, getting back to the Metal Gear Solid Fox Hunt, I'll wrap up this discussion soon, and we'll go back to talking about Intergalactic and Sony Bend. But this game mode that Konami made for Metal Gear, it feels as though they have bigger ambitions to make this into something that can be standalone, that can be like a first iteration, if you will, of like a full-blown live service, potentially. I know that sounds bad to some people, but like a live service Metal Gear game. They even have, so like you rank up, and every time you rank up, you get 100 coins. And those 100 coins can be used to open cardboard boxes that act as kind of like loot boxes. And, you know, you get like new character skins and backgrounds and stuff, and nothing crazy. You get like voiceovers. So it's pretty cool. All the pieces are in place. It feels like all the pieces are in place. I just hope that with what they released, this actual Fox Hunt game mode, I hope they plan to update it. Because right now, the biggest flaw of this game, in my opinion, is its lack of diversity in game modes and maps. There's only 3 maps They're well-designed maps, but there's only 3. And there's only 2 modes. The other mode that I didn't describe yet is like a zone mode. It's almost like I want to say a domination mode. Basically, the timer counts down. You have to be in one of the zones before the timer counts down, or you're eliminated. And so by the end of each phase, you're fighting one another, to take those people out of the zone so you can have it. The CQC is way overpowered. Capcom lawyer says Intergalactic will outsell GTA 6. Reason equals bald chick. Absolutely. Yeah. Rockstar better get on that. We're gonna need a bald Lucia. It's the only way. And Capcom lawyer saying, bro, the online was DOA the moment it was shown. I mean, I can't disagree with that. By the way, guys, we only have 40 likes. Make sure you're hitting that like button. We could at least get to 50. I can't disagree with that, Capcom lawyer. And the reason being is simple. Every multiplayer Metal Gear mode that Konami has put out has it has died. Every mode has died. And this is why I don't know. I'm just trying to enjoy it while it lasts. I haven't had any issues getting into matches, but the thing that I don't understand, and this is what perplexes me. In previous iterations of Metal Gear Online, they were pretty standard affair. Generally speaking, it was an online component that shipped with Metal Gear Solid 3 and Metal Gear Solid 4, Team Deathmatch, Domination. It had all that stuff. They had some unique game modes. They had sneaking. They had team sneaking. They had quite a few auxiliary game modes that were very unique and specific to Metal Gear, but they always offered something, they always offered something that's very, I guess you could say, mainstream, that everybody could just, jump in Metal Gear Team Deathmatch. It's a headshot fest, until people start learning box popping, and then it kind of ruins it. But what's weird to me, or peculiar, I should say, about Fox Hunt is there's so many specific mechanics and things that were clearly, like, they took time to develop this. I think they said they took 2 or 3 years to develop this, which is mind-blowing to me. But I can kind of pick up on that where I'm like, there's a lot of like different unique mechanics in this that are not in Metal Gear Solid Delta, that were not in any previous Metal Gear. I mean, there has to be a bigger play here. Maybe not with Fox Hunt, but with something that comes after. Because I'm like, why would they waste all this time for something that's going to be dead in like a couple months? And Sean Mitchell with the super chat. You're saying, don't know how I forgot to mention David Hayter will be at the Comic-Con too. I'll get an MBG shout out. Yo, that'd be sick, Sean. Do it, bro. David Hayter's awesome. He'll always be the voice of Snake to me. Man, that's packed. That's going to be a packed day for you, Sean. Yeah, if you can make it happen, bro, go for it. I'm not going to tell you no. And Capcom lawyer, you're saying it's a 2000s era game in 2025. Won't work like Gears. Yeah. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this is basically a beta. I could be wrong. I'm thinking it's basically a beta. I think the idea is they're not trying to reach a mass audience with this, because nothing about this says we want, we're trying to compete with anything else on the market. And I don't know that it could, right? Like it in some sense, maybe it could, because it has unique mechanics that are not in most games. Again, mechanics that they took time to design and custom built, where they didn't just like copy. Like there are some things that they copied, right? Like they have a loot system where you have the orange, the purple, the green, the blue, stuff like that. That's not anything that that's not anything new. But I feel like this is kind of like a beta test. I think that they're trying to just provide something to the Metal Gear community that cares about any type of multiplayer that they can enjoy for maybe like a year or something, you know. And they're not promising you updates. They didn't say anything about supporting this. As far as I'm aware, they have it. Konami, I keep wanting to say Capcom. Konami has not said a word about supporting this mode further. So what we have right now might be all we get. For example, like, I'm still leveling up. I'm level 22. I don't know if you, like, is there 100 levels? Is there 50 levels? They have, like, calling cards you can unlock. One of the calling cards is to get, like, 5,000 kills or something. It's like a ridiculous number. Because it's not easy you don't get a lot of kills per match. And I'm like, so they put some things in here to give people a grind if they really want. I don't know if that's me reading too much into it. Like, are you guys planning on updating? Do a Metal Gear Solid Fox Hunt collab with Splinter Cell or something? Probably help the numbers somewhat. Well, my other thought here is one of the things that Konami did say, and this was at their most recent Metal Gear Hotline event, and this is, I think, important to pay. Like, if you're somebody who cares at all about the future of Metal Gear multiplayer, you definitely want to pay attention to this. I think it was the director of Delta and also the person who's overseeing Fox Hunt. They were asked about the future of this game, or like the future of like Metal Gear Online. And they said that right now they're just focused on Fox Hunt, and Fox Hunt's going to ship with Metal Gear Delta. But that in the future they could maybe, and they actually said this, I read the translation, they could maybe build out a full Metal Gear Online and maybe even bring this into it in the future. And I feel like, I don't want to read too much into it, but that's what was stated. I feel like that's exactly what they're doing. I've been using the term telegraph a lot, but I think that's what they're telegraphing. I think they're just attaching this to Metal Gear Solid Delta. They're going to be getting feedback from the players. And then I think, like, because I was thinking about this, like, what do you do when Metal Gear Solid 1 remake comes out 4 or 5 years from now on the PlayStation 6? Like, okay, here's another separate multiplayer mode, maybe. Or maybe what you do is, here's Metal Gear Online shipping with Metal Gear Solid 1 remake, and everything that's in Delta is going to be moved over to it as well. Everything that's in Fox Hunt. I don't know. I just, in case you can't tell, I'm on the hopium. I just feel like Metal Gear Online and Metal Gear multiplayer has never gotten a fair shake. Konami has fumbled it so many times, and it's like, you guys have so much at your disposal here. An amazing world, you know, so much to pull from. Do something cool with it, you know? And I feel like Fox Hunt is the first thing that gives me just some glimmer of like, now this is kind of cool. Like, I see what you guys are going for here. Build from this. But yeah, if they don't have the players, I mean, trust me, I saw it, man. Like, Capcom lawyer, I saw how, like, no one's talking about this. And it released the same day as Arc Raiders, which I'm like, oh God, man. Like, how? They don't like you, MBG, that's why. Zombies in Fox Hunt would be so sick. I mean, it would be great. I know a lot of people don't like live service, but I would just love to see a properly supported Metal Gear Online. Something that's not going to get hacked into oblivion. The reason why Metal Gear Online 2 died, because that was like the highlight of Metal Gear multiplayer, it died because Konami did not integrate into PlayStation Network. They literally did their own thing where anytime you wanted to create a character or make purchases, you had to do it through the internet browser on the PS3. It was ridiculous, bro. I'm like, what are you guys doing? And then their game kept getting hacked, and it just got ruined, and they just shut the servers down. They were trying to make a live service, like way before live service, and they could have been successful if they weren't so stubborn and refused to integrate with the PlayStation Network. But then again, the PlayStation Network got hacked too, so Capcom lawyer, you're saying Konami are too outdated. Third person at that speed won't sell nowadays. They should make a first person shooter with the camo tech. Switch to third for it. Actually, yeah, that's a big complaint I saw within the community. Because I've been kind of seeing what people are saying. And apparently they're like, yo, this is way too slow. And Schmidt GT comes in and drops another membership gift for you guys. Schmidt, thank you so much for that, buddy. Thank you for keeping the member train going.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
He brings us up to 37. So, guys, 13 away. 37. We're 13 away. Want to encourage you guys to keep dropping member gifts. You can always drop singles like Schmidt has done here. Thank you for that, Schmidt. And we also still have to get Tarnished a member gift. And MRPD. MRPD needs one too. But yeah, I mean, Capcom lawyer, I saw people complaining that they feel like it's way too slow. And it is. It's very slow. I mean, in Metal Gear Solid Delta single player, if you pre-ordered the digital deluxe edition, you get the gold camo, which looks stupid, but it speeds you up. You can actually run faster. Not like super fast, but definitely faster than when you're not wearing it. I was kind of wondering like what the game would play like if they increased the speed to like that for everybody, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just glad it exists. I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad that I'm even able to play it. I'm trying not to like get my hopes too high. You know what I mean? I'm trying to just assume I'll get a couple months out of this. And Hellbound 1981, the legend, he's doing another 5 member gifts for you guys. He dropped 5 earlier. Hellbound wants to do some more lifting today. W's in the chat for Hellbound. He brings us up to 42 members. Hellbound, thank you so much, bro. And just like that, we are 8 away, guys. So I think we could do it. I'm talking about Fox Hunt. I clearly want to play it. So please let us get to that 50 mark. Okay, we need 8 more. Let's get to that 50. We'll do some more Fox Hunt. And Capcom lawyer, you're saying it's why they've added sprint to the Halo remake. LOL. Yeah. I mean, I can't blame anybody for looking at the Fox Hunt game mode and being like, this is too slow. It is pretty slow. I kind of don't mind it though, but it's weird because like I remember playing Metal Gear Solid 5's multiplayer, Metal Gear Online 3, and that was pretty fast paced. Like Metal Gear Online 3 is the equivalent of, I think, Konami doing exactly that, where like we're trying to appeal to the more modern multiplayer audience that has expectations of a fast-paced shooter. We're diving around and stuff, and it was pretty cool for a little bit, but then it got really stale really fast. And I don't think that worked either. And that's the, I think, struggle with Metal Gear, is that it needs to have that stealth aspect. In order for anything regarding Metal Gear multiplayer to work, it has to have that stealth aspect. And so I understand why it has to be so slow paced in order to make that stealth work. But I don't know, maybe they could figure something out on how to speed it up without breaking the stealth aspect of it. I mean, maybe really all they have to do, it's not going to say, like, again, I don't want people to misunderstand what I'm saying. I don't think this is going to last that long. But if they do plan on updating it at all and they just want to maintain the players that they have, I think they should maybe consider tweaking this, how, you know, your overall movement speed, where when you're crouched, maybe you can still move at the same pace you are, but if you're standing and running, like, I mean, yeah, it feels like you're like in slow motion sometimes. But that could completely break it. I don't know. And you're saying kids these days are on Adderall, need fast games. That's true. That's true. And MRPD, you were asking about... No, I didn't try that out yet. I didn't try the Battle Royale mode in BF6. I want to, though. I've been hearing some pretty good things about it. I'm going to try it at some point. Yeah, apparently they got Halo 2 and 3 remakes in development. I guess that's not too surprising. They probably don't want to spend too much time with Fox Hunt. They want to work on the next remake / game, I'm sure. You know, here's what I think they should do. They're doing a Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 2. They confirmed that. They confirmed that they've been developing it for some time. It's clear that the Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 2 will include Metal Gear Solid 4. Just remaster Metal Gear Online 2. And just make a few minor tweaks, just like you did with Delta, with animations, smooth them out, and just remaster Metal Gear. I'm telling you, if they did that, the Metal Gear Online community would go into cardiac arrest. That was the high point in Metal Gear Online, man. And I feel like it's right there in front of them. Like, you could just do that. Just do it. That's all you need to do. They won't, though. You know they won't. It's fine. I don't want to sound ungrateful. I'm just, again, Metal Gear Solid Delta was not supposed to have any multiplayer. This wasn't supposed to be a thing. All right? So the fact that I have some type of Metal Gear multiplayer environment I can enjoy, even if it dies slowly on the vine, I'll take it. I'll take what I can get, man. Beggars can't be choosers, right? But yeah, generally speaking, Metal Gear Solid Delta, still highly recommend it. If you just want to play it for the single player, it's an incredible remake, very faithful, looks incredible. Got the update for the PS5 Pro now, and the Fox Hunt multiplayer is pretty fun as well. If you enjoy the gameplay of Metal Gear Solid Delta, I think you'll find something to enjoy in Fox Hunt. But if you're not a multiplayer gamer, you're not a multiplayer gamer, you know. We do need to move on, though, and talk about, well, what should we talk about first? Intergalactic, or what this Days Gone developer or Sony Bend developer had to say? What are we thinking? MRP, do you want to talk about Intergalactic? Wait, what? He can't decide. Wait, what did the Bend dev say? I feel like I want to start with Sony Bend, because we did talk a little bit about Intergalactic already, but the chat is torn. You know what? We're not going to talk about either. I'm canceling both topics. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to talk about Fox Hunt for the remainder of the stream. Let's talk about the political and economical state of the world. On Halloween, no less. Let's talk about how Xbox sucks instead. I can't anymore, man. I can't. You know what my favorite thing is, Gaming Survivor? You know what my favorite thing is? I'll take the bait just for a moment. Just for a moment. Please indulge me for just a moment. And then I want to talk about the Ben thing. I think it's so funny when it's like, I'm going to put out a clip of MBG. It's a long clip. You know, it has the context, right? It's like a meaty clip, like 10, 12 minutes, something like that. And we're going to talk about how I'm talking about the fact that people have a problem with me talking about Xbox. And we're going to highlight this by saying, MBG, bro, look at your setup. You're a PlayStation fanboy. You cover PlayStation. You're a PlayStation-centric channel. You got a PlayStation background. Everything's PlayStation. Why are we still talking about Xbox? But, like, my problem here is very simple. It's like, I don't mind. I accept it. I accept it's like you want to take certain clips of me talking about Xbox and make it seem like that's all I'm talking about. But where are the clips of me talking about PlayStation, man? Like, that's where I think it gets kind of unfair, you know? It doesn't make me mad or anything, but it's just like, come on, like, where, like this past week, for example, we talked extensively about Xbox, you know? We had to, because look at everything that was going on, especially with Halo going to PlayStation. But it's completely unfair, I think, where if you go look at my streams, there's plenty of PlayStation topics, interwoven. And there were multiple times this week where we talked specifically about PlayStation topics. Even when there really wasn't much to talk about, I still did it. I still found a way to create the conversation. So I just feel like it's like, look, man, people have to also acknowledge that if you want to say, MBG, you're talking too much about Xbox, or you're talking more about Xbox this week or lately, that's fine. I just don't appreciate it when people make it seem like that's all we do, literally, because that's not fair, man. Because the thing is, if people who clip me and stuff, if they showed the other stuff, it would be pretty clear to everybody. Like, oh, yeah, okay, so you're talking about a lot of other stuff too. It's kind of like on my Twitter, where like, yeah, the past 3 or 4 weeks, I posted probably more so about Xbox and PlayStation, but if you look at my timeline, there's still a ton of stuff about PlayStation, It's just, I think that context I do think is important, but yeah, let's talk about Xbox. Capcom, where you're saying there are no clips of you talking about PlayStation. See? We don't talk about PlayStation here on this PlayStation channel. Soon, we're just going to be talking about Fox Hunt multiplayer. You thought I was going to become an Xbox channel. Nah. Oh, man. You know what's so sad about that? Couldn't even be a thing if I wanted it to be. How sad is that? See, that's what makes me sad. It's sad that, like, in 2025, I could make a what's it called? Duck Call? That game you referenced earlier about the ducks. I could make a channel based on that. And it would have a much higher chance of success than me trying to make a channel based on Metal Gear Fox Hunt. Why, man? Why, Konami? Bro is actually an Xbox channel disguised as a Sony channel to get more viewers. Exactly. That's what it's always been. No, but truthfully, Gaming Survivor, I really don't know that. On Sunday, I might have an Xbox topic because I saw that Moore's Law is dead. He had some kind of leak, but I don't know. Maybe on Sunday we'll discuss it. It's not like a major leak. Nothing major, but it depends. I'm not sure what's left to be said. That's all. And I mean that. I saw people were saying, why don't you talk about Microsoft's earnings? And it's like, well, I would, but like, I mean, really, what can I say? I looked them over and I evaluated them. I looked at the data and I'm like, yup, it seems about right. Like there's not a single thing I could find where I'm like, that's a little bit surprising or that's a little bit telling. It just seems like it's exactly what we would have expected it to be. It's like the results are precisely what you thought. And so that's why I'm not covering that specifically. We could, it would be easy. Trust me, man, it would be easy to make rage videos every day about, oh my God, like Microsoft is going to destroy your life and my life and all of our lives. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. Microsoft is coming. They're coming for us, man. No, but really, they are. Capcom lawyer saying they are up a mighty 1% in gaming. Ric Flair, woo. Hey, man. AI. That's all I'm going to say. AI. Spartan, what's up, man? Props on using the RE2 restroom music. Yeah, I had to do it today. It's Halloween, I didn't come dressed up. I did that for the morning with the missus, but, Oh, by the way, shout out to Mrs. MBG for hanging up the Happy Halloween banner. Anytime you see stuff like that and the pumpkin that's all messed up. That's all Mrs. MBG. She does a good job with that stuff. She loves decorating. But yeah, 1%, up 1%. Not too bad. Or is it? Am I handing out candy? Well, I'm going to be going trick-or-treating with the family later. And the kids. So we'll probably just like leave candy bowls out, you know. I'm going to be giving kids ramen. I got an excess of ramen that I got to offload. Happy Halloween, kid. Perfect image. I didn't actually hear what you said. It didn't come through. Why is Destin talking about Sony PS4 numbers to change the conversation of Xbox numbers? I don't understand why, for clout. And your X handle is nerdy4tech. But why are you saying that at the end, bro? Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was trending for like over 24 hours for me, and I looked it over multiple times where I'm like, I don't understand what's going on here. I think Destin Legary, he put out some kind of post talking about PS5 sales, and I think he ended up getting community noted because I think he just looked at the wrong chart or something, where if I remember correct, I could bring it up, but I don't have it in front of me. I'm not going to go that deep into it. Basically, it seems like he was off the mark, where he made it sound like the PS5 was at 80 million at a time when the PS4 was at like 94 million. But I think he was reading the wrong data and got confused, because the PS5 is at 80 million, and I think the PS4 at this time was like at 82 or 83, roughly. So like time, and the whole point was, I think, to make it seem like, because if that data was true, it'd be like, okay, yeah, that's way behind. And so it sparked this conversation of like, is the PS5 struggling? You know, are Sony sales, are they tanking? Are they not going to get anywhere near the PS4? And, you know, that data made it seem like it could have been the case. But in all reality, the PS5 is actually just a little bit behind the PS4. And actually in the US, if my data is up to date and correct, the PS5 is actually outpacing the PS4 in the US specifically, and has been for a little while now, which is a pretty big deal, because it's like $500 or $550, to whereas like by this point with the PS4, I think it was like $300 or something. So, you know, I will say this. I think there are people that are just going to be in denial. I'm not saying Destin is one of those people. I think he actually just made a genuine mistake. And trust me, I do it all the time. It happens. But I think that there are people across Twitter and the internet that they're in a certain level of denial where it's like, guys, I'm not saying you have to like PlayStation. You can hate PlayStation. You can look at PlayStation and say they make the worst games, they have the worst console, they're the most anti-consumer, who would even buy this stuff? That's fine. Like, you don't have to like anything. But you have to be able to just accept the reality that no matter how much you dislike them, they're doing well. The PS5 console is doing very well, and it continues to do well. It doesn't mean that the success in the future is guaranteed. That's not what that means. It just means that looking at what we know right now in front of us, it's doing very well. And I actually put out a post yesterday where I was saying I think the PS5 will probably hit 100 million or more sold before the end of this generation. And the reason I believe that is because, well, GTA 6 hasn't even launched yet. And it was interesting because some of the replies that I was getting from people, they were like, yeah, that's not going to happen. What's that based on? You being a fanboy? It's like, dude, if you don't realize that GTA 6 is going to sell copious amounts of PS5s, I don't know what to tell you. You know? I'm not saying it's going to make Sony break records or something. I'm just saying that, like, quite literally, the best thing that could happen to the PS5 in terms of sales for Sony is about to happen with GTA 6. Sony doesn't have a game. And I say this as somebody who loves Sony's games. Sony doesn't have a video game. Nobody, actually. It's not just Sony. There's no other publisher that has a video game that if they were like, yeah, this is going to be like a big release in 2026 or 2027 for the PS5, it's not going to do for the PS5 what GTA 6 is going to do. Sony could put out Bloodborne Remake next year. It's not going to touch. It's not going to touch what GTA 6 is going to do for the PS5 specifically. And I just think that's simply because there are too many people, and it's fine, you know, they don't need to know this, but it helps to know this if you're going to have these conversations. There are too many people that simply are not fully aware of what we are about, like what we are observing with GTA 6. I know sometimes maybe I overhype it, or some people think I overhype it, but the reality with GTA 6 is that you are not going to see anything like you're not going to see anything like it in terms of its level of detail, of course, but in terms of what it's going to do for the industry and for the platforms it's on, even Xbox. I mean, it is the GTA 6 is the rising tide that will lift all boats. And I know that sounds hyperbolic, but it really is. Unless there's some fatal flaw that we don't know about yet, which it doesn't seem like that's the case. Roblox 2 is bigger. Or might be bigger. Well, actually, if Roblox 2 is a thing, I would argue yes, actually. But I'm talking about in the more traditional game space, you know, in a premium AAA product, not like a free-to-play live service, although, you know, there will be GTA Online 2. And Capcom lawyers saying, I don't think GTA is going to sell as many PS5s as people think. Pros will get a boost. But most people that want GTA already have one, including PC players. I mean, I'm trying not to like over exaggerate. I don't want to over exaggerate what GTA 6 is going to do for PS5 sales. But I think the way I worded it in my post is it's going to move a lot. And I firmly believe that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, then it means my assessment is just way off track and way off the mark. But I do agree that most people who are going to be interested in GTA 6 do have a PS5 already. But at the same time, like, I ask myself, okay, how many people are still playing GTA 5 on the PS4? How many people are just on PS4 in general? You know, how many people are not on PS4 but just never got a PS5, but GTA 6 is going to be on their radar? I don't want to make it sound like that's 20 million people. I don't know that it's like that. But I'll put it to you this way. I think GTA 6 alone could single-handedly ensure that by the time the PlayStation 6 comes out, November 2027, it would ensure that you will hit 100 million units sold. That's not counting Wolverine. That's not counting SARS. That's not counting Resident Evil. That's not counting any other that's not counting Intergalactic. If literally the only other game that the PlayStation 5 was going to get between now and the PS6 was GTA 6, I still think it would get it to 100 million sold. So, you know, maybe I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I look at GTA 6 and I'm like, I just want you guys to like remember how, like, what people were doing, like how nuts they were going just for the first trailer. You know, it's like we've never seen anything like this in the games industry. Could it be smoke and mirrors? Sure. And what I mean by that is, like, could it just be something where the hype is reaching cataclysmic levels that we've never seen before, but the actual real world bottom line results are going to be it's doing just as good as GTA 5. No better, no worse. Sure. Yeah, that could be what happens. I don't think so, though. Like, I want you to think of this for a moment. When GTA 6 pre-orders open up, like, what do you think the pre-order number is going to be? I mean, it's going to blow everything away by miles. And that's the key word, by miles. Not by a little bit. Not by like, oh, you know, XYZ game is trailing right behind it. It's like going to be untouchable. And so you combine that with the fact that, yes, I know that there are a lot of PC players who are not going to go buy a PS5 for GTA 6. There's also many that will. I firmly believe that. I believe that you have the potent combination of people leaving Xbox right now. You have that combined with PC players knowing that they're going to have to wait for this game if they don't get a PS5. And PS4 players that simply will not have access to it because there's no last-gen version. You take those three things, you combine them. That's my logic. You know, again, I could be wrong, but that's my logic behind why I believe that GTA 6 is going to do big things for PS5 sales. And I'm not saying that means Sony should rest on their laurels, to be clear. Sony would be unwise to just assume this. Look forward to it. If you're Sony, you're like, hey, we might get a huge boost. Yeah, I think you will. I think you will. But if you're Sony, you can't bank on that because it's not your game. And you can't control the marketing cycle. You have no control over GTA 6. Enjoy it, you know? Enjoy the big boost. But that's why Sony still has to remain focused on making sure games like Saros and Wolverine and Intergalactic, you know, that these games can still showcase like, hey, here are tentpole titles that we want to... Like, you may not give a single shit about Saros, and maybe we know that, because all you care about is, I'm buying my PS5 for GTA 6, bro. I don't even know what you're showing me. I don't care. But it's important that Sony still does that, and they are. Oh, yeah, dude, I'll tell you that as well. If there's a GTA 6 PS5 bundle, it's over. I don't think there's going to be, because Sony doesn't seem to really do third-party bundles anymore. But if there's a GTA 6 bundle, like a base PS5 bundle, or a Pro bundle, or both, it's over, man. Like, the gen is, like, wrap it up, you know? Because that's going to be, that's going to go flying off the shelves. Reminds me when there was a GTA 5 bundle for the PS4. I remember people were going crazy over that. Oh, wait, you're right. Irfan, my bad. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. I'm totally off the mark with that. I'm sorry. Yeah. No, I was confusing bundles with limited editions. No, you're absolutely right. They still do third-party bundles. They do them all the time. I was thinking more along the lines of like limited edition consoles. I remember Sony was pumping them out with the PS4 like every couple of months. They're like, here's a limited edition PS4 for something. I don't even know what it is. Like, what am I even looking at? It's like, we got another. So my bad. Yeah, not third-party bundles, limited edition bundles. But hey, who knows? Do you think Sony could try to strike some deal with Rockstar where they're like, GTA 6 themed DualSense? I mean, if Sony wants to go crazy. Sean Mitchell, you're saying there's millions of casuals. Oops. Hold on. You're saying there's millions of casuals that would only play the likes of GTA or COD that are waiting for GTA 6 to upgrade this gen. That's what I believe. I think it's, yeah. I mean, I tend to lean in that direction as well. You know, again, I don't think that number is like there's 50 million people wait. No, nothing like that. I think it's, I think you're using the right term. You're saying millions. I agree. I think millions sounds about right. But I don't know. Like, maybe it is 20 million. I say it's not, but maybe it is, because if you think about it, like the PS4 hit almost 120 million. So it could be a lot more than we realize. Time will tell. And Capcom Lawyer with a super chat says there are 80 million PS5s out there. It's not going to be 80 million pre-orders, LOL. And I mean, a lot of PC players do have PS5 Series X as well. GTA sold 200 million because of near 15 years of sales, and people buy it 2 to 3 times. That's true too, the double dipping and the triple dipping. I mean, yeah, what you're saying, Capcom Lawyers, definitely, it's not wrong. I guess it's like, yeah, you're not going to see 80 million PS5 players pre-order GTA 6, but I think you're going to see like an absurdly high number. So like, I think you're going to see GTA 6 sell 10 million in one day. I think you're going to see it sell 20 million in 1 week. I think you're going to see it sell 30 million in a month. Maybe more. I think those numbers might be conservative. I have this feeling, man. I will be surprised if I'm wrong. And I know that I'm like maybe overshooting it, but you know, I get this feeling, man, that listen, I've been following games for a long time. I've never seen anything like this with GTA 6. I've never seen anything like it. I've seen crazy stuff. I've seen crazy hype for games. I've seen games like Cyberpunk. You know, I was here for GTA 5, or, you know, I was following games at that time. And I thought for sure, like, nothing could ever be bigger than GTA 5 until I saw GTA 6. And I'm like, oh. And I'm not a Rockstar fanboy. Like, that's, at least I don't think I am. I don't really come off, maybe I do come off that way, but I'm enamored with GTA 6 because it's like, not only am I enamored with it just because I can't fucking wait to play it and it looks incredible, but I'm also enamored with it because I'm so damn curious to see if this insane, and I have to use the word insane because, again, I've never seen it before. It's so, like, shocking. This insane hype and interest, you know, that goes beyond any movie, any book, any piece of music, any artist. It's so far beyond all of that. Any game, is it going to translate, you know, to the bottom line, numbers wise, data wise? Is it going to translate to what I think it is? Or is it going to be like, well, nah, it's going to be a lot less, you know? It's like what we're seeing is not reflective of the of the expectation, or the, not expectation, but the reality of it may seem like this game's going to sell 10 million in a day. It's not. What if it sells more than 10 million in a day? I don't know, man. Like, there's estimates saying that they're expecting GTA 6 to garner $1 billion in pre-orders alone. Just pre-orders alone. $1 billion in pre-orders, bro. Like, what? I don't know. We'll see. But getting back to, I guess this is a topic of discussion now. I didn't necessarily mean to make this a topic, but when it comes to the conversation of PlayStation sales, you know, should we assume that that they have hit a wall? I don't know. Their earnings are coming up in like a week and a half. So if there was some big drop in PS5 sales, we'll know. I don't think there's going to be a big boost. I don't think there's, you know, outside of Ghost of Yotei, I mean, you know, it's been relatively chill. There's been a lot of games releasing, don't get me wrong, but I feel like with the price increases and people struggling a little bit right now, economically speaking and financially speaking, you know, I could see the sales certainly slowing down. But in terms of like the bigger picture of like, is the PS5 going to pace with the PS4 and do as well as the PS4? I think it will. I think it absolutely will. I've not lost confidence in that. And, you know, the final question here is like, well, what's the big deal? Who cares? Well, I'm not saying you need to care, but all I will say is if you're somebody who cares about the overall health of the console industry and the console market, we're seeing what's happening with Microsoft. You know, I don't want to see Sony start to slow down. I don't want to find out that, yeah, it turns out that people are losing interest in buying PlayStation consoles. You know, don't get me wrong, 80 million is a very successful gen, but 100 million, you know, that tells you you're right where you want to be. You go beyond 100 million, you're doing real good. You're doing real good. Are we good? It just said I lost connection. I'm here, Ray. All right. Yeah, my internet just dropped. Came back though. We're good. All right, we're good. That was weird. Lag spike. You froze for a bit. PlayStation is the last console standing. All right, yeah, I think we're okay now. What is this notification? But yeah, I would like to see the PS5 continue to do well, just simply because I do feel like, yeah, in a sense, the PlayStation console is the last like high-end premium home console standing. The Switch 2 is not the same. Xbox is going in a different direction now. I want to see Sony continue to have that strong presence. I want there to continue to be a strong market for the console and the console ecosystem. Just because it's what I grew up with, it's what I prefer to play, and especially now because this is where I am, right? So I want to see it thrive, not just merely survive. Irfan, you've been having a lot of lag. Been playing MGS Delta, and Ocelot is out of pocket for sure. Absolutely. Yes, you could just, that's all that needs to be said. That's all that needs to be said. By the way, guys, where are we at? Okay, so we're only an hour and a half in the stream. We need 8 more members, by the way. If we hit 50 members, I'm going to do a Metal Gear Delta Fox Hunt stream for a little bit. After this, I would like to do that. So if you want to become a member, consider becoming one. If you want to drop member gifts, consider doing so to support the channel. We've had a strong month, and I really appreciate that. You guys have been doing great things for the channel and the community here. Make sure you drink plenty of water if you're going out tonight. Yeah. Yeah, gonna have to stay hydrated, you know? Hold on one sec, guys. Did I ever platinum Final Fantasy 16? I did. Yes, I did get the platinum for that. I think it took me like 100 hours, give or take. Like 105. But I did get the platinum for it, yeah. It was a little bit drawn out with the side quests. How many members for no MGS Delta? Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I'm reading this correctly. You're asking how many members can we get to make sure I don't play Metal Gear Delta or Fox Hunt? Is that what you're asking? Because that's crazy. Yes. I mean, I kind of want to play it. I make a funny face when Mrs. MVG says something and I have to think about it. Well, it's because it was something serious. Like we're looking, we need a table, and our table's missing. I'm like for outside. Like, I mean, like I got like 50 different things going through my head. Like, wait a second. I almost responded by just saying like PS5 sales. Do you remember where you put that table that we put outside last year? I just turn and I'm like, GTA 6 is going to break records. She looks at me like, what's wrong with you? And Capcom Lawyer with a super chat says, analysts predicted a pro GTA 6 bundle rather than a base one at the start of the month. But what that means is the push of digital codes rather than discs. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I've kind of just come to accept that this is where we are. We did get confirmation from Tom Henderson, who's been very reliable. We got confirmation that the next PlayStation 6, not to be confused with the PlayStation 7, of course, it is going to ship with a disc drive. Like, they will have a disc drive version. And that's extremely reassuring because that means we are getting more physical games. However, I think the incentive to walk away from physical is going to be stronger than it ever has been. Because I was thinking about this. I'm like, dude, you get this PlayStation 6 handheld. You get, PlayStation enthusiasts like myself or people here. Maybe they still collect physical PS5 games. I don't know how Sony's going to... We talked about that. I don't know how Sony's going to handle it, but I think there might be a major incentive to, like, listen, if you're going to buy this PS6 handheld, you're going to want to buy your games digitally. In fact, you're going to kind of need to really take advantage of it. I don't know, though, if it's targeting PS5 games. If it's targeting PS5 games, I'm not so sure, because it's like, well, let's assume that the Demon Souls low power mode that they just released, that's kind of targeting the handheld that's coming up. What if you bought that physically? Can you put, like, would the disc have to be in your PS5 and it would have to send, like we talked about that, like it'd have to send some kind of handshake signal just for a minute or something? I'm not sure. I really don't know how they're going to handle that. But yeah, the idea of pushing GTA 6 with the Pro, knowing that there's no disc drive model of the Pro and you have to buy the disc drive separately, that would be indicative of a more digital push. Absolutely. And Capcom Lawyer, you're saying the handheld is proof of that. It's digital only. I'm still holding out hope that we're gonna have those the UMDs, is that they were called, the mini discs. They're gonna make a comeback. Sony's doing that already with the Portal. Yeah. Irfan, you're saying, MBG, don't know about you, but I need to buy a new TV for the PS6. I have a 4K TV right now, but the PS6 will likely need an OLED, and Samsung all the way. A lot of people, every time a new generation of console rolls around, people always upgrade their TVs. I remember when the PS5 came out, everybody was freaking out to upgrade their TVs. It makes sense, it makes sense. Sometimes, Sony makes TVs, they even lean into this by having certain features that they're like, here you go, PS5 ready. I mean, like VRR was a big one. Yeah, people love OLED. How will they handle PS6 digital upgrades for PS5 games? I don't know. Dude, the biggest fear I have with Sony's rollout of the next gen, I think, the biggest fear I have is confusion. A convoluted, confusing mess that people are like, I don't get it. I'm telling you, Sony's gonna have to be, precision is the key word. They're gonna have to be precise and nail their communication, because if the next generation is going to roll out the way I think it is, based off of the leaks and the rumors, I think their biggest threat is not Microsoft, it's not Nintendo. The biggest threat is themselves by not properly communicating how they're handling this stuff, because that's a great question. There's a lot of questions, and they're going to have to answer them. And they're going to have to answer them in a way that doesn't make us go, wait, huh? Yo, Gaming Star, that's a straight attack on Chris, bro. Gaming Survivor is coming out with the violence for some reason. We do still have 2 other topics to talk about, though. Shadowlink, you're getting a 65-inch. And guys, make sure you're hitting that like button. We're sitting at 70 likes. Hitting the like button lets me know you're enjoying the content. It helps the streams. Capcom Lawyer, thank you for all the super chats, man. I appreciate it. You're saying it'll 100% be digital. Every handheld is. Nintendo is different because that is their main console. PlayStation is not going to make a secondary form factor disc. Oh, I know they're not going to do that. The thing that I think Sony kind of has an advantage with here is the timing, right? Like, the timing of when the handheld comes out, you know, I mean, most people are already digital. You know, most people are already digital. Sony knows that. And, you know, I think this will just nudge some people to make the leap. Shadowlink says, yo, if I get a member gift today, I'm dropping 100 gifts. I don't know if you're serious, Shadowlink. Normally, if it wasn't you saying that, I would assume that's a joke. But you drop major support sometimes. So if you're serious, Shadowlink, I will mess this chat up. I'm going to start screaming at people. Drop the member gifts now. That is so funny, though. Like, why don't you have a... How have you not received one yet? You're opted in, right? He says, seriously, I will. All right, guys. Well, Ben's studio topic, gonna have to take a seat. Capcom Lawyer saying 80 to 90% of PS players are digital now. Exactly. Hold on. So, guys, we have a new priority. Shadowlink isn't joking, man. Shadowlink will drop the support. He's done it before. And Jimmy Mack comes in. We had Mesh, now we have Jimmy Mack. I've never seen you people. Who are you people? No, Jimmy Mack, thank you so much. He gets us started. He drops 5 more member gifts for you guys. I'm looking to see, did Shadowlink get one, though? Not yet. So we have a single collective priority now on the channel. To see Sony Ben get buried. We will finally see Ben get buried. God damn, Capcom Lawyer straight up celebrating? Hell no, bro. Jimmy Mack, thank you for the 5 membership gifts. We need to get Shadowlink a member gift. We need to make sure he gets gifted a membership. He says if he gets gifted a membership, he will drop 100 member gifts. I didn't say that, Laws. So we gotta make this happen. Jimmy Mack, he dropped 5. He did his part. Jimmy did his part. He tried. I will add that to the goal too. We're at 47 now, by the way. Yeah, I don't know. He's sweating. I'm sweating. I'm sweating now, yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to see if it's going to let me gift memberships or not. It's loading really slowly. It's loading very slowly. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Does it work? Oh, there we go. It worked. Oh, and Chris dropped one. Chris dropped 5 member gifts. Shadowlink, you're not going to derail it too badly. Because to be honest, dude, like, some of these topics I'm probably going to have to roll over to Sunday. I'm probably going to have to roll some of them over to Sunday because I think the viewership it's lower than normal today simply because it's Halloween and, you know, on holiday streams. I always question whether or not I should, when I do holiday streams, if I should actually have topics or not. Because I know the viewership's going to be a little bit erratic. But no, Shadowlink still didn't get it yet. But with my 5 member gifts, that definitely takes us over. I don't think I'll count mine. I'm not going to count mine towards the goal because we're like 2 away. Or 3 away. We got to get this man a membership. I don't know if there's any... I can't choose to give you one. Hide this user from channel? No, don't want to do that. C9 though wants one as well. See, the question for Shadowlink and his member gift, though, like, is he... No, I'm not hiding anybody, Gaming Survivor. Is he, like, 2 member gifts away from getting it? Is he 5? Is he 30? There's got to be a way. Shadowlink, all right, let's try to figure this out. So Shadowlink says he's received a lot of member gifts before. When's the last time you got a member gift? Well, see, the memberships are kind of random, but they're kind of not. They're random in the sense that I don't get to choose who gets them. YouTube chooses for me. But the way it usually works is the more engaged you are with the channel, it seems like there's a tendency like you have a higher chance. Maybe last month. You got to be close to getting one. He's got to be close. No, Gaming Survivor. No, not Shadowlink. We're not crushing Shadowlink. We don't want to ban Shadowlink. Gaming Survivor's all over the place today, bro. Which servers are down? If I had to guess, maybe Arc Raiders. Oh, Shadowlink, do you still have the email, by the way, from the last member gift you got? Because I know when you get gifted a membership, it'll send you an email. And I think it'll tell you who gifted you. You should see if you can find who gifted you the last membership gift. So that way, if they're here, we can pressure them into dropping more member gifts, and maybe there's a link there, you know? I'm just trying to figure out how we get this man a membership, you know? That's all I'm trying to figure out. And Silent Spartan! I was about to mention I was going to say Silent Spartan's probably the one. He drops the 50 bomb on you guys. Yo, this has got to be it. Silent Spartan, if you are not the one to give Shadowlink a gift, and on top of that, we have the King TV coming in. The King drops another 10. 60 memberships. 60 memberships, bro. In an instant. Is it going to happen? I don't think you could ask for more. You couldn't ask for a better member drop, dude. I'm looking. Oh, man, he's out here dodging these member gifts. I'm looking at the chat, seeing if he gets it. All these people that I've never seen them before. These are like the first time I'm seeing their names. Silent Spartan, thank you so much for the 50 bomb, bro. I knew you were lurking. I saw you in the chat a couple times. He's like, I'm going to have to make it happen for Shadowlink. And the King, thank you for the 10 bomb as well, man. You got the King coming out trying to... Dude, this is wild. It's still going. It's interesting because some of these names, a few of them I recognize, but they're people that I don't think I've seen in a long time. Oh my God, no. Shadowlink, how is this possible? Is that it? I think they all went out. So, I mean, goddamn though, man. We're at 113 members now. So the question was how to get me to not play Metal Gear Fox Hunt. How many members do we need? We needed 100 members. If we got 50 members, I was going to play it. If we got 100, sorry, guys. Not playing it. I'm kidding. I'm going to play it. I want to play it. Dude, that's I can't believe Shadowlink. I cannot believe you didn't get a member gift with that, bro. That's 60 member gifts. Capcom lawyer says stop doing crack and buy a membership. Most go to bots. Yeah, Shadowlink, stop doing crack, man. Oh man. No, really though, thank you guys for the support. That's crazy. I was pushing to hit 50 today, and we doubled it. Spartan coming in with the 50. You do interact a lot, Shadowlink. Novinzer, you've never been gifted one? Novinzer, click the icons at the top and make sure you're opted in. Hold on. I'm like sad for Shadowlink now. This isn't fair. If your 100K is real, then low odds of Shadow getting one. As far as I'm aware, my 100K is real. I mean, are there people subscribed that probably don't even interact with the channel at all at this point? Probably. Yeah. Let me see. How to receive a membership gift on YouTube. To receive a membership gift, opt in each channel. Once you've opted in, you are eligible to be randomly selected. Oh, let me see. How to increase chances of getting a YouTube member gift. Be an active and engaged viewer. Watch and interact. YouTube's system favors viewers who have high engagement with the channel. Participate in live streams. Be present in live chats. Show your active support. Comment and engage. Leaving comments on videos and participating in discussions help increase your visibility to the algorithm. All right. I want to test something right now. I want to know if we'll be able to. It depends on if we can get any more member gifts. So this is what apparently YouTube says. And Shadowlink, you said you received the member gift before, so the system is not fully transparent. It says while engagement is key, YouTube's exact algorithm is not public, so the results can sometimes be unpredictable. Oh, and Sean Mitchell. Sorry, Sean, I missed your... Sean dropped 5 more. All right, I want to test something now. This will be an interesting thing to test. Sean, thank you for the 5 member gifts. Unfortunately, Shadowlink still didn't get one. Shadowlink, here's what we're going to do. If you're still here, assuming you're still here, you're going to leave this stream just for a minute. Go to my video from today, leave a comment, then go to yesterday's video and leave another comment. Boss, don't put your ass in the camera, bro. With the music, bro. I'm sorry. God damn it. What a show. Like, he put it right in the camera, man. Like, I'm sorry you guys had to see that. So, I'm sending Shadowlink to comment on a couple videos. And then when he comes back, I'm going to let Shadowlink spam the chat. Okay? Let me know when you come back from doing that. After you do that, I'm going to have you spam the chat for like 20 seconds. And then we're going to have somebody, if they're able to, drop a member gift or a couple member gifts if they're up to it. And I want to see if you can manipulate it at this point. Because I just listed the 3 things that apparently YouTube looks for to increase your odds of getting a membership gift. Guys, over here. Come on. No more after that. All right. All right. Let me see where we're at time-wise, though. Okay, so we're at like the 2-hour mark. I'll probably wrap the stream up at the 2.5-hour mark, so that way I can have enough time to do the gameplay stream for you guys. Saying this is why we're here. Yeah, guys, when Boss was walking on the table, or on the desk, I mean, and he turned around and put his butt in the camera, I don't know what that looked like. I couldn't see it on my end. I just hope it wasn't as bad as it seems like it was. Oh, hold on, I'm seeing the footage now. Dude, you know what? It wasn't that bad. I saved it. He was turning, like he was looking like he was trying to purposely do that. And I had to shove him out of the way. That's some funny shit. And I missed I missed a super chat from Capcom Lawyer. You're saying YouTube is so far behind, you can individual gift on Twitch. Yeah. I'm shocked YouTube hasn't implemented that yet. There has to be a reason, because that seems like such a no-brainer. That's such a no-brainer, you know? If we could... So you just commented. Okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do. He went and he left a comment or two. So that's one thing that you just did to increase your chances. YouTube's algorithm has acknowledged every chat you put today. Now the comments on the video. All right, I'm going to let Shadowlink mods. I'm giving Shadowlink explicit permission for about 20 to 30 seconds to spam the chat. Okay? So Shadowlink, let your chat spamming commence, and you can stop you can stop whenever you want. Just for like 20 seconds. I'm testing something. No, Sinai, you are not allowed to spam the chat. You gonna drop 100 member gifts? Sinai's like, what about me? Can I spam the chat? You want to drop 100 member gifts, you can spam the chat all you want. Hey, cat. Yeah, just keep going, Shadowlink. Honk. He's feeling the pressure. He's like, I don't even know what to spam, man. We're going to get his engagement through the roof. It is pay to play. This will be interesting data to gather, though, because if after all this, if we get any more member gifts, if he's not next in line to receive a member gift, YouTube, I'm gonna send the stream to YouTube and be like, fix this. Fix it, bro. If anybody else starts spamming, I will time you out. Shadowlink's getting special treatment today. Yeah, but Irfan, I'm pretty sure it's because of where you're located, right? Because you definitely would have gotten one by now. For sure. All right, keep going a little bit longer, Shadowlink. A little bit longer. I wonder, I mean, surely YouTube is going to fix this, right? All right, we'll do 10 more seconds. Get a few more chats in, Shadowlink. Just a few more. We got to make it thorough. Remember, I drive a trash truck. Oh, okay. All right, if you're driving, you can stop that. All right, we're good. We're good. That's a lot of chats. Let me see. All right, so Ray, you're saying the band hammer is out and ready. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, Shadowlink. Shadowlink's like the only person that was allowed to spam the chat. Not since the who was that guy? He hasn't been on the channel in years. Sir Speaks a Lot, was that his name? He used to do the nuke or whatever. What about the top chat XP thing? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if that has any influence on it. It must. Well, let me see where Shadowlink is. So Shadowlink went up to the 11th spot. Irfin's at number 4. Henry 3K is a member. So here's what's interesting. MRPD is number 6. And MRPD needs a member gift as well. And I don't think he got one yet either. Wait. Yeah, MRPD, you still didn't get one either? Yo, this is some bullshit. Yet, dude, people who are dropping big member gifts, yeah, it's not cheap. They're dropping big support for the channel. The chat is an XP. It's like a battle royale with the XP. All right, well, I had Shadowlink basically do everything that YouTube requires you to do to increase your odds. So you guys have dropped a lot of member gifts. I don't expect you to drop any more. But if there's anybody who wants to try and see if Shadowlink can get it, feel free to do so. There's no pressure. The good news is if Shadowlink doesn't get one today, there's always November. November's coming up. Why is this? Hold on, I'll see if it'll let me drop any more. Oh, yo, Silent Spartan, he's not done. Silent Spartan dropped another 10. He's trying, dude. Spartan's trying. Dude, who are these people getting gifts? Oh my God. That's so annoying. You're absolutely exactly, Michael. That's so frustrating. I'm gonna have to send this stream to YouTube and tell them to sort their shit out, man. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm assuming these people are subscribers. I only recognize one person from that 10 bomb. I recognize who the hell is Carlos. Now, here's what's interesting. Who the hell is Carlos? He was just in my stream yesterday. And that was the first time I saw him there in a long time. Interesting. He says, MBG, if I don't get one today, the next gift will still be 100, if not more. Promise. Oh, Shadowlink, it's all good, man. And Spartan, bro, thank you so much. You dropped 60 membership gifts. They tried for you, Shadowlink. They tried. I mean, it still helps the channel, you know? Anybody who dropped member gifts, we couldn't make it work for Shadowlink today. Not yet. But it still helps the channel, helps the community, and we are going to have more members content coming up. We're going to be doing more Morning with the Misses in November, and we're going to be doing more gameplay streams. I got some members lounges we're going to be doing. So if you did receive a membership, if you're here and you received a membership gift, see, that's the thing. I say that, and I feel like most of the people I'm speaking to who are getting these gifts, they don't even know. But yeah, thank you guys so much. And yeah, we'll see what happens, Shadowlink. Maybe it'll be the next stream on Sunday. Because that's interesting to me. It's very interesting that the last gifts that were just dropped by Spartan. Who the hell is Carlos? He was just in my gameplay stream yesterday. And I could be wrong, but I feel like I haven't seen him in a long time. And he just got one. MBG, a streamer said that if everyone refreshes the stream at the same time, then it messes with the YouTube algorithm and sends other viewers to your channel. There's no way. Laws, where did you hear that? That sounds like some bro science for YouTube. Some bro algorithm science. Oh, let me update the member. Hold on. So we're at 123. I think we're more than 123, right? Or no? 123, I think is right. No, we're at 128. My bad. Because, you know, it's messing me up. It's because, so I wanted Ray, and, it's weird because it's like, I don't want to discourage people. Ray, you dropped 5 membership gifts really early in the stream. It still counts, to be clear. Like, it still counts to the channel, and 5 people got gifted. The only thing that's annoying, though, is that when I start my stream, on the counter, like on the member counter, it doesn't show up. So I have to add 5 more to every number I see, which isn't your fault. You're just Ray's just trying to do the right thing and help support the channel. It's just small things like this that I think YouTube still needs to refine and upgrade and sort out. Because if they can do that, yeah, it's like what Capcom lawyer said, how you can individually gift on Twitch, but on YouTube, that's still not a thing. And I don't know, like, why? Why is YouTube, I don't want to say they're complacent, but they just don't seem in a rush to try to match what some of these other streaming sites are doing, where it's like, these are some pretty great features that would go a very long way in boosting, you know, your own streaming platform. Is it because they're just so far ahead? Is it because maybe it's because streaming isn't YouTube's priority? Because they've done some good stuff. I don't want to make it sound like I'm just complaining about YouTube. They've added a lot of really good features that I appreciate, like being able to instantly move from a regular stream to a member stream and stuff like that. It's very useful. Whiskey says, I was like 3 minutes behind. Did the member gift work for him? No, unfortunately, Whiskey, it did not. We had the community come out in full force trying to get him a gift, but I think he's going to get one soon. I'm pretty sure he will. If not, I'm going to contact YouTube myself and demand that they gift this man a membership. Laz, did you ever get back to me on who said that? Do you guys think that's true? Lady Gamer, you're saying, MBG, because I have PS Plus Essential, will it go over to my PlayStation 5 Slim? Yes, it will. As long as you log into the same account. How do you say your name? SMGO. SMGO? Bro, no way. No way, Shadowlink. He's going to gift himself a membership. He still came in and dropped 50 membership gifts. Are you kidding me? This man is trying to get himself a member. He drops... Shadowlink, bro, you didn't have to do that. Holy shit. You didn't have to do that, bro. But he did it anyway. He did it anyway. He didn't even get the member gift, and he was not kidding. He still dropped 100 member gifts for you guys. Dude. The King TV says, very dope. Guys, W's in the chat. That's crazy. Dude, this is insane, man. I'm literally in disbelief. You know why I'm in disbelief? Because when I started my stream today, about like 10 or 15 minutes before I went live, I saw there was only like 2 or 3 people waiting. And, you know, I look as I'm getting everything ready, I catch the screen and I see who's waiting sometimes, and I interact with the chat when I can. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, you know, 2 or 3 people, I'm like, I appreciate that, but man, this is going to be I don't know, like it makes me question, like, should I maybe have just taken the day off? It's Halloween. I don't know who's going to show up. Is anybody going to want to talk about these topics? And basically what I'm saying is I was prepared for this to be just a very, like, not good stream overall. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, all right, cool. We'll just have a very... Yo, he did it! He fucking gifted himself. No way! Holy shit, I've never seen that. Shadowlink, the YouTube gods, they saw it and they're like, we will now shine upon you. Bro, I don't think I've ever seen that before. He got the gift. He gifted himself. I didn't think you could do that. That's amazing. But you know what? Look at that. He had to drop 100 member gifts. We were easily over 50 away. That does happen sometimes. I guess I never noticed. If I did, I never paid much attention. That's funny, dude. That is awesome. Well, there you go. There you go. Shadowlink says, listen, I just need to get gifted a membership. And I'll drop 100 member gifts for you, MBG. YouTube's like, you're just going to have to drop the 100 gifts now. Then we'll give you the membership. But didn't I technically pay for it? You did. No, that's cool though, man. Sheesh. By the way, Shadowlink, I don't know how long you didn't have a membership for. But, because I don't know when it expired, is what I mean to say. We did do a morning with the missus. I believe it was last Friday. The Halloween special. So if you're, because I know you were having a good time in that, the last morning with the missus we did. So you can go check that out when you have the time, if you missed it. MRPD got one. Bro, everybody got one. Incredible. So where are we at? We're at 228. My Lord. MBG, remember I said I had to change my finances. Well, stage complete on the stage 2 also expired on that exact stream. Oh, wow, that's lucky. Damn. Perfect timing. Dude, we're at 228 members. I mean, really, though, thank you guys. Seriously. I don't want to get all, like, mushy-gushy on you or anything, but, you know, there's been a lot going on behind the scenes. And, you know, me and Mrs. MBG, we're trying to keep up with it all. She's been going through a lot and, you know, got medical bills and shit piling up, which is, you know, everybody, I think at some point in time experiences that. So the fact you guys have been so supportive. It's funny too, because like I was talking to you guys recently about sponsorships, right? And I got a sponsorship offer literally like yesterday that I was looking it over, and I'm like, I was thinking about it because I'm like, I don't know, you know, I got some medical bills coming up that I'm gonna have to pay. You know, Christmas is coming up and all this, and I was looking it over and I'm like, it wouldn't. So I'm not gonna tell you what the sponsorship is, just in case it's not Blue Chew. I can tell you that, just in case I end up doing it, but it's a sponsorship that no one would have a problem with at all. Like, in fact, some people probably think it's like, oh, that's neat. The problem with it for me is that, again, there's this kind of like, there's a kind of a wall that I struggle to get over, where it's like, this thing that I'm going to promote, I was not going to buy this on my own, nor was I going to play it. I think a lot of people were, or are. I gotta be careful how I word this. No, it's not. It's not Feet Finder. If I got that, I would take that. But Jesus, man, don't bring me back. Don't bring me back. Roblox? Yeah, it was a Roblox sponsorship. No, really though, like it could be. I would, oh my God, a Roblox sponsorship. No, it's nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy. It's just that like I have this hurdle that I like can't get over where I'm like, I know I could do this. And no, like my audience would probably be like, oh, that's cool, bro. But it's the fact that like I know inside, like I'm doing this because I'm being paid. It's that simple. It's like I am being paid. Take that for what it is. And obviously you would know that. It wouldn't be hidden. And everybody would know that going into it. But it just makes me feel weird in a sense where it's like, you know, Ray, you're telling me to check the community tab. And I don't know. I'll think about it. There's a different angle I could take with this sponsorship if I end up deciding to go with it. There's a different angle I could take with it that would make total sense, actually, to where it would not be fake or forced or anything like that. Ray, let me see. Put in the community tab. Oh, you caught it. Nice, dude. He screenshotted it. Shadowlink received a gifted membership from Shadowlink. Amazing. That will be preserved on Halloween Day, 2025. You're a business/brand at the end of the day, MBG. As long as it's not against your morals, do what makes sense. Yeah. I mean, there's also the thought behind it too of how like I was thinking about how much it's a slightly different type of sponsorship. It's. I think I could say what it is. I don't think I could say the name of it, but I think what I could tell you, because I haven't signed it. I didn't agree to anything yet, and I don't know if I'm going to. Basically, it's a sponsorship for a game. And this is what makes me feel weird, is it's like, I don't know that I feel okay being paid to play a game. And I know that sounds crazy. It's not fair games. You would not have to pay me to play fair games. And it's like, I just don't know. I always feel weird. Like anytime I come across content where I know people are being paid to play a game, I cringe because I'm like, how am I supposed to like, you know, how do I know that this isn't just totally fake and made up? You know? But what's the repercussion? I mean, truthfully, the repercussion is just it's for me. It's a mental block, you know? Because I know, dude, nobody would care. I did it one time, by the way. I did a sponsored game one time on my channel. And I felt like I had to like gaslight myself a little bit. I remember I got an offer to do the first Hot Wheels game. Do you guys remember that? It came out in like 2022 or something. And I remember I was kind of like thrown off where they're like, yeah, do you want to do a sponsored video for Hot Wheels? And I was like, see, I like gaslit myself. I'm like, oh, I kind of like Hot Wheels. Like I used to play Hot Wheels as a kid. And so I took it and, you know, I played it just enough to make that video. And it was a good game. I'm like, yeah, there's something good here. I could tell. But, the repercussions of saying the game. Oh, yeah. It's nothing. Well, I'm not going to say what it is because in case I do take it, which I don't know if I'm going to, but I'd be disqualified at that point. I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't know if you can preemptively break an NDA, but I don't want to risk it and find out. But I don't know if I'm going to take it. Like the whole thing I'm getting way too far away from what I was trying to say. The only reason I'm even bringing this up is because one of the reasons I was even considering it when I normally wouldn't even, I'm like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't even pay attention to it. And the reason I was considering it was because I was like, you know, I might need that little boost, you know, potentially for certain things that are coming up. And that's the thing. I could still do it, and I know you guys would be totally fine with it. I mean, there's people here literally telling me to do it. No, it's not Call of Duty, dude. If it was Call of Duty, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. I would be like, yo, what? Like a sponsored Call of Duty video? Hell no. I'd be scared at that point. How funny would that be? That would be so funny. I would do that for the comedic purposes of it. Yeah, that's true, Michael. Dude, I passed up on something a long time ago that if you guys knew what I passed up on, you'd be like, you would slap me. I want to slap me. Mrs. MBG wanted to slap me. There was this one time I got an offer to do a sponsored video for Persona 3, and I didn't pass up on it. I was like, yo, I don't give a shit about Persona, but I know people on my channel love this shit, and they would get a kick out of this. But by the time I responded, it was too late. They already filled up all the slots. And that shit was, I was like, yo, dude, I got one. I'm ashamed to, like, I'm not even going to say what this one was. I got an offer for something that, like, I don't know why I didn't take it. I, like, panicked. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. And I don't want to, like, overhype it, but it was like, it was for RE4, the DLC, the Ada DLC. I freaked the fuck out. I don't know why. I'm like, bro, it's not because I'm lazy, dude. It's not that. Because I've done this shit before. It's not hard. And I'm not trying to, like, don't get me wrong, like, there's effort that goes into it. But there's some, I don't know what, I have, like, this thing where it's like, don't you guys wonder, like, why I kind of, like, I'm not really, I still got Microsoft sending me codes, and I'm like, I'm good. Like, I feel weird, man. I don't know why. I don't know if there's something wrong with me, but I'm like, I feel like there's supposed to be a separation. Like, you are not supposed to talk to me. You know what I mean? Like, we are not supposed to have any level of collusion here. And I think it's, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say it's ethics because maybe it is, but I feel like I'm not trying to be like, I'm better than people, because I don't look down upon people who do it. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, that's why, like, earlier this year when Microsoft was reaching out to me, I'm like, like, I felt like I almost felt like bad. It's like, I don't think I should reject that, because it's like, I feel like is this like an olive branch? Is this like a truce? What even is this right now? Denying Microsoft is actually good, MBG. But that's the thing. It's like, if they came up to me and they're like, here's State of Decay 3 review code, I'd be like, fuck, I mean, I don't think I could deny that one. But meanwhile, Sony's just like, like, Sony, can I get that, can I get that Saros review code? And I'll be like, hell no, bro. Who even are you? I'll be like, nobody. I'm just kidding. It's not like that. I've never actually tried to. Actually, no. There was one time way back. This was like, I think back in early 2019. I tried to contact Sony, and it was like I could not. I remember there was like 5 different hoops. I was like 5 different people I was trying. I'm like, who can I get in contact with? And I just hit dead ends everywhere. But I think I did reach somebody at that time, and they basically told me, they were like, well, your channel, I guess they have like a certain number. You have to have a certain number of subscribers for them to consider you were something. I don't know what they said, something like my channel wasn't big enough or something. But yeah, no, I don't know, guys. I'm I'm all over the place with it a little bit because I just feel like there's two sides to this, you know? There's one side where it's supposed to be casual. And what I mean by that is when I started this channel, I think one of the reasons why I have such a hard time accepting review copies, and especially with like if there's any type of sponsored content, my most natural instinct is to reject it, because when I first started this channel, I remember I like made a kind of like a pact with myself, I guess you could say, where I was like, it's just me and my subscribers, and there's no outside influence. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing that, like, I basically made an agreement that if the only way I can continue to do this is because a few people decide they want to continue to support it, and that's what keeps it going. Like that's what I want it to be. I don't want to like artificially keep something going if it's not meant to keep going, or I don't want it to turn into, you know, it like even with you. I'm sure you guys notice YouTube implemented YouTube shopping now, where on every video I make, every stream I do, literally any of the things I talked about today, if I can find a product for it, I can put it underneath my description and it'll pop up in a video, and it's just more advertising. And I would get commission for that, you know? Like if I, for example, today we talked about Metal Gear. So if I were to put Metal Gear in the stream under the product section, if somebody today was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna buy it, I would get a little, and I don't like stuff like that. I feel like that's, you could do that, Nobinzer, previously, but I think it was done separately through Amazon. Now it's literally integrated into YouTube. I don't know if YouTube's late to that too, but like now I can like literally search products on YouTube, and it's not just an Amazon affiliate. Like they have GameStop, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, and it'll tell you like the percentages. It's nothing crazy, you know, but it's like a little way to, you know, you're basically helping advertise products for stuff. You know what I mean? And bro, Shadowlink, oh my lord, Shadowlink. Bro just dropped another 50 memberships. What? Shadowlink. Ain't no way. Dude, be careful. Be careful, bro. Like, he's going crazy. He just threw the house, man. Dude, we got 450 bombs today. 3 from Shadowlink in one stream. Broccoli Rob finally received the membership gift. You know what's interesting is I'm seeing a lot more people now getting memberships that I recognize. I wonder why that is. Did YouTube's algorithm detect that, like, it's raining memberships here? Dude, seriously, Shadowlink, I'm at a loss for words, bro. I'm at a loss for words. I don't even know what to say. I went into today's stream thinking like, you know, we could just get like 50 memberships. That'll be more than enough. That'd be great. I'll be happy with that. You know, it's a holiday. I don't know. That's the thing, Michael. I don't know. I think the membership gifts will just go to anybody on the channel, even if they're not here right now. Introvert Gaming Dude, I recognize him. Holy shit. Shadowlinks, thank you so much, man. Really, that means a lot. Thank you to everybody who dropped any support, not just today, but in general. I mean, you guys are crazy. Saying I was gonna drop 50 more, but it capped me at 150. It's all good, Shadowlink. It's all good. If you still want to show support, show up on Sunday, man. You know, we got plenty of other streams coming. That's, I mean, the level of generosity is seriously. I mean, I don't think me saying thank you and I appreciate it is truly enough. But just rest assured, man, that like this is it's stuff like this that makes it so, you know, I'm like literally I'm able to continue to keep doing this, and I really enjoy it, you know. Feels like just yesterday. Feels like just yesterday I was sitting in the kitchen in my old apartment with Mrs. MBG not too long after we got married. And I just lost my job. And I was like, I'm going to make a YouTube channel. And you know what the craziest thing is? She believed in me. She did. And that's what I'll always remember, that, because I think she believed in me more than I believed in myself. But I remember I was like, I had that gung-ho mentality. You know, this was like a decade ago at this point, but I was like, I'm going to make it on YouTube. You know, like, and you know why I felt that way? Because I followed a lot of channels, and I used YouTube a lot, and I'm like, I want to do what they're doing. Like, I like this. But I always felt like, I think I have something I could, even if it's not something big, I think there's something I can offer. And, you know, here we are, man. So thank you guys so much. Saying next stream I'll drop 50 more, then be on hiatus again. Well, Shadowlink, bro, I mean, your hiatus does not last very long, which is not a bad thing. You know, if you can, if you want to support, man, I'll never discourage people from supporting. You know, never, don't go crazy and hurt yourself financially. You know, I never want to. Always want to make sure people are, you know, you got to worry about yourself and take care of your own first. Always. But yeah, man, I appreciate that. You showed up at that morning with the missus not that long ago, and now you're showing up here. So seriously, thank you. Irfan, you're saying, listen, man, don't be hard on yourself. If you're in a situation where you need a sponsorship, then take the bag. Don't corner yourself to the point of suffering. Just get it if you need it. Yeah. I'll try to keep that in mind. I mean, yeah, I mean, like I told you, there was like that Resident Evil DLC. I don't know that. I'm trying to remember. There had to have been something at that time that was really stopping me from doing that. Because I remember I was shocked when I got that offer. I'm like, yo, that's awesome. But something made me kind of, you know, back away from it. Just realized that music's still playing too. And Prince G says, happy Brockloween, chat. Take the sponsorship, bro. Well, I mean, screw, so many of you guys are, it's like you guys want me to. That's what's weird. That's the strangest thing I'm observing. It's almost like you guys want me to do sponsored content. It is very good. I might just make this the, it's a little too somber, though, you know? Maybe that's the trick. That's what inspired Shadowlink today. And Silent Spartan. And all you guys. MBG, listen, priority comes first. This is fun. I love the channel and community, and you, of course. Well, thank you, Shadowlink. Yeah, we appreciate you, man. But yeah, I mean, that's the whole, again, the whole point. Without, I already went too deep into the weeds, which is not a problem. I like being transparent with you guys. But, you know, the whole point I was trying to get at is that you guys, you know, supporting the way you do, it alleviates that pressure, which I'm immensely grateful for. Because, man, it would be so much more difficult and frankly stressful. You know, I mean, I have certain things going on in my life. We all do, that are already stressful enough. You guys have made it so that this is like one area where I've been able to, you know, I always am worried, you know, just naturally. I'm always worried about the channel. I'm always worried about the community. I'm always worried about the direction things are going in. But the whole time I've been doing this, especially since I started streaming, you guys have been, you've made it so that that's been alleviated month over month, year over year, and it literally allows me to keep doing it. And, you know, I look at what's been going on with my own personal life and my family, and, you know, not to get too deep here, but just as another way to express my gratitude for you guys, it's like I also think about like where I come from and how it is crazy. Like, there's no reason I should have been able to make it to this point. because the cards and the odds were truly stacked against me. And I don't mean that in like some kind of like woe is me type way, not at all. I just mean literally like, you know, the situation I came from, you know, the family I come from, the circumstances I come from. It's like, I don't want to say it's not all luck based. A lot of it is really, it's just about, you know, not to sound too cliche, but I found something that I believed in, and I felt like, you know, I think it, like, it's not that I think it can work. It's like, I believe it. Like, I believe it I feel it in my bones, you know, like I can make this work. And a little RNG, you know, along the way. Absolutely. And so just seriously, thank you guys so much. It's Halloween. I figured we'd just do a Halloween stream. I'm probably going to have to change the title of this stream a little bit, because here's what I'm going to do. I didn't mean to leave you guys hanging. I do still want to talk about the Ben Studio situation. I do still want to talk about Intergalactic. I'm going to move those over to Sunday stream. We still did cover some gaming topics though, but I do need to set up that Metal Gear stream now though for you guys, okay? Because I got to make sure I can get that Metal Gear gameplay done before I go trick-or-treating with the family. Did you find it? Did you find it? All right, so that's all right. All right, I'm going to wrap this up so I can do that. All right, so here's what we're going to do, guys. Shellink, you're saying MBG, I'll say it again. God blessed me. And encourages us to bless others. Well, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, obviously we all have our own struggles. I have my own struggles. But you know, this is a good place for me, man. It is, like, really. You know, sometimes I take for granted like how much I appreciate just setting up a stream and seeing the regulars come in, you know, and even sometimes, you know, people who aren't regular, can't be regular, and then they stop by and they're like, yo, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Hope the family's doing well. I'm not the most social person. This keeps me social, you know? And so, Irfan, I love you too, bro. Thank you, guys. But listen, Mrs. MBG does need my help. We're trying to get set up for trick-or-treaters. I need to find a table and set it up. So here, I'm going to wrap this up in approximately 10 to 15 minutes. A second stream is going to go live. We're going to do a little bit of Metal Gear gameplay before the trick-or-treating commences, okay? As a thank you for, I mean, absolutely obliterating the goal, by the way. Let me update that. We're at 278 now, man. Bonkers. Truly bonkers. Like, I can't believe that shit, dude. That's crazy. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right, so shout out to the community. Hit the like button. Big thank you. Thank you, seriously. Also, shout out to Devil Shooter. Devil Shooter does the timestamps for the streams. If you guys see Devil Shooter in the comments, show him some love. Give him some thanks. I know he appreciates it. Devil Shooter, thank you for what you do, man. Thank you for all the super chats as well. I know I focus so much on gifting, but anybody who super chats, I really appreciate those too, or direct donations. They all help tremendously. So, guys, be on the lookout. Make sure you have notifications turned on. We're going to do a little bit of Metal Gear gameplay, and that'll wrap up October and Halloween. So, all right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Until then, take care, everyone. So, I hit the wrong one, damn it. I meant to hit the Herman.
This is an incredibly exciting time for PlayStation.
There we go. All right, take care, guys.